Okay, so we'll just fill out the information from top to bottom. And
Oh, I brought that paper with me. It's got a case number. And
we can probably find that for you.
oh, thank you so much.
So is your name listed in it or in the report at all?
Let me think. I'm probably in there. Because the two guys the two police officers that we talked to, they were standing there waiting for an officer with a pickup truck to come pick up a container that was my son's. Okay, and they took it from him.
Oh.
And they took he has a pair of old handcuffs, like kind of rusted a little bit, old, I'm talking, and he has keys to him. Well, they took his keys and didn't give them back. They took my card, because I gave my son my card to hold for me, and they took it from him and said that they was going to give it to his fiance, and they never did. So they got my card, and I need that health card back.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get do you have driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I sure do. I sure do. That is not a problem.
Because I can even check and see if it was like checked in as evidence or something.
It shouldn't have been evidence. It's a Aetna card. It's my insurance card.
On them that they didn't know what to do with. So I mean,
Oh well, he said he was going to give it to his fiance, who was standing right there. He never did.
Right.
Go figure that one out. He might have just forgot.
It's possible. So we'll just see if there's.
And then again, it could be something different too. We never know. I can't believe I forgot that paper. I knew I forgot something when I walked out of that house. I knew it. Time for more allergies.
I'm just looking through their evidence to the property to see if I can see your medical card.
Well, when they checked him in, he didn't have it because they took it from him. For what reason? Who knows?
Yeah, I did a real quick search. I don't see it there, but I do have the report number for you, so.
So how am I supposed to get my card back?
I can see if I
And his handcuff keys.
Right.
He's had those handcuffs for a long time.
I will see if I can't find the officer.
I'm in the handcuff keys.
And get their number for you.
I appreciate it because this, that's uncalled for. You don't have to take that. You put that in his property.
Right.
It was not. It had nothing to do with why they were there at all. If they'd quit being nosy in other people's business, they wouldn't have to keep that card. Does all their case numbers start with a C? Do most of them start with a C? Case numbers?
No, it's 24, it's like SPD 24.
Oh,
And then, let's see if I can get,
I know I seen a O, a 3, a 8, and a 9, but I don't know what role they was in.
right. I'm just trying to see who's in charge of this, because there's a couple officers listed here.
I bet there is. I definitely want that one, Barry's, because he choked my son for no damn reason. And he has asthma. And then he was in jail for 7 days, and they never gave him none of his medicine. Alcohol, they wouldn't even let him take his medicine, so that's medical neglect right there. I'm not here to cause any trouble or anything. I'm just trying to figure out things, why they do what they do,
Figure out
and
where your stuff is, for sure.
yeah, and why they do the things that they do, the way they do them. It just don't seem right.
Okay. So here's your report number.
Okay.
And then this is the sergeant that is in charge of that division. Like I said, there's a lot of officers that are investigating the case.
Right.
So this
But
will
this
probably
is
be
the
your,
main.
this is the sergeant over that division.
Oh.
So that'll.
They only go up to sergeants. They don't go to captains or lieutenants.
In that department, sergeant is the highest.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Yep. So that will be your best starting point, because they might be able to figure out like where the keys went, where the medical card is.
Yeah, I need my medical card for real.
Sure.
You know, I gotta have it before. I gotta have that.
Right. Because they'll be able to look through all the different reports and ask, who might have been on scene, what they may have seen or did with it, or,
What happened?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the report number, because you'll need that in here. And you can fill this out and just turn it back into us. I do want to let you know with video, they charge differently. Like if it was a report request, it's a $3 fee to request the report. With a video, they will contact you to let you know how much releasing that video would be, if they're able to release it.
Why wouldn't they be able to release
It's
it?
an active, if it's an active investigation,
Uh-huh.
then that may not be releasable.
Well, when I got camera footage before, it never cost me anything.
Okay, they may charge you for the footage, because they do look through it. It all has to do.
Who
with-
looks through, the police?
Yeah, so.
Well, go figure. Let's take this part out, that part out. We don't want them to see that.
Well, all of that depends on the investigation. Sunshine laws are.
What is that? I never heard of
The
that one.
sunshine law is a law that we have to abide by that
Sunshine.
allows for the public to get information, and we have to be transparent about it. But there are certain parts of that that are covered, like I said, for an active investigation or other things that they may not be releasable. So you can certainly request it. They will contact you.
Why can't, I'm just asking, why can't people just ask for the raw footage?
Again, that has to do with laws that have been put in place previously, and not only to protect the state, but to protect the police department, to protect the people that are on the footage. It all has to do with not only protecting us, but protecting the victims that may be on the footage as well.
I don't see how that is. Okay.
So-
I'm trying to understand
Sure.
this process thing here,
Sure.
because it just sounds flaky to me, but that's just me.
And I'm not saying they will deny the footage, I'm just letting you know
That they could.
That they could.
Yeah.
But they also may charge a fee to release the footage. So
Okay,
they
well,
will
they
let you
never
know
did
what that
the
is
last
when
time.
they contact you.
when they did me and I asked for footage, they did not charge
Okay.
me anything.
Yeah, they'll contact you with how much that footage would be.
I'm
before
just
they
here
can-
for my son to get this for him so he can do what he's got to do. Cause look, my handwriting's better than his. So I may sit there, but he's gonna tell me what to do.
Right,
Cause it's his deal, not mine.
right.
And I know it was, well, I just don't understand the rules, I guess, of the law to a certain extent. But when a police officer pulled my son, or stopped, whatever, he got out of his car and ran up to my son and jerked him around, slammed him on the ground. And he said that he told his fiance, "Ma'am, are you all right?" She said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, I seen him put his hands on." He didn't put his hand. He never hit his fiance ever, and the police officer said he did, but they did not get him for domestic. They got him for resisting arrest. Let me tell you something. Let a police officer put his hands around my throat, he may not have a left.
Understood?
And if you got asthma, you're trying to get away from whatever it is that's keeping you from breathing. I don't give a damn who they are. They're not above the law. That's just really weird for them to choke somebody for no reason and pour coughs on somebody who weighs 135 pounds. That's ridiculous. That's very ridiculous. It took two of them to handcuff a 65-year-old woman. That's dumb. They just need to get different cops. Thank you for your time, young lady, and I appreciate your kindness.
Not a problem.
You
I
have a
hope you're
blessed day.
able to, at the very least, get in touch with Sergeant Hill and find